So here's the scenario that Melissa shared with me. We meet at a hotel to play. He always checks in because he is particular about the room. I asked him to put my name on the reservation so I could check in and set up the room. I told him when I would be arriving, and he arrived and checked in before I got there. I didn't let this ruin my flow, but I did let him know he disrupted my plan. He told me I could have told him not to show up early, but I felt like I did that by asking to check in. I thought that he wanted me to be a switch, but after this play, I think he may want me to be a service top. Which, by the way, in the majority of cases, when a man in this kind of scenario says, I want you to switch, they're not wanting to be submissive to you. They are wanting a service top. So here's the ask. I would like to enter the conversation with him with some ideas on how to be a service top well. What are some starting points you use to switch into the role? What are some things you'd like from your service top? Help me enter this conversation with some ideas, not only seeking guidance from him. First point, you said we meet at a hotel. He always checks in, but I asked him to put my name on the reservation so I could check in and set up the room. That's the first thing. You asked him. You did not take the reins. You did not set it up. You did not go ahead and book the room and tell him, if you want to play with me, this is the hotel that I will be at and this is the room I will be at. You asked him. He still had control over this decision when he shouldn't have. You really want to start building this energy, it starts before the scene. You have to fucking own that space before the scene starts. And that would be the first one I would say. Don't ask, take charge and build that energy for the scene. One quick point that you said, he told me I could have told him not to show up early, but I felt I did that by asking to check in. You very well could have felt you communicated clearly. That's why I always recommend, especially as a dominant, that you mirror back with your submissive. So if you thought that you communicated clearly and he's saying that you didn't, the way we avoid that is by just mirroring back. So when you said, hey, please put my name on the reservation so I can check in and set the room up. Okay. And then you ask him to mirror back. Be like, can you mirror back to me what I just said? I want to make sure we're on the same page. And so you can have him kind of repeat his understanding of what you said. And also you can tell him why, being more clear than you think you have to be. Because I'm not sure what this guy is into or his boundaries or what he's looking for. My general advice is put him in his place, offer correction, get dominant, but do it while you are arousing him or after. He's very sensual, not looking for aggression. Okay, perfect. So with that being said, you're going to have to walk this line of domination without being aggressive, but also not being a pushover, but not letting yourself get so in your head that you can't be seductive. Okay? And I know that sounds complex. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say he shows up early. You told him not to. He showed up early anyway. You already fixed it because you sent him downstairs. He came back up. He's now in the room. And you're like, I'm going to address this. Because that was not cool. And I should be in charge here. He wanted me to be in charge here. So we're wanting to arouse him a little bit. We're wanting to turn him on a little bit. So maybe invite him in, have him sit down on a chair or something. And of course, you're going to be looking gorgeous, darling, in whatever outfit you choose. You're going to walk over to him and maybe put your hands on either side of the chair and lean over him. He's sitting down. You're standing up. One hand is on each side of the chair, and you are encroaching in his space. Even just making eye contact with him and walking over to him with this little smirk on your face. He doesn't need to know what that smirk is for. He'll find out. You can walk over to him, just look him in the eyes. Don't break eye contact. Let him break eye contact first. Walk over to him, put one arm on each side of the chair, and lean down into his face. That is instantly going to start getting some tension building. And then maybe you lean in and you kiss him on his cheek, maybe down on his neck a little bit. Even, kiss him on the lips, whatever. You know him, you know what he responds to. But movements like that, okay? And maybe as you're doing a little kiss, you reach down and you start touching him in all the right places, just very gently, very softly, teasingly. But once you notice that we're getting a response, then maybe you start talking a little bit in a nice, low voice. Stroking, you're kissing, you're leaning over him, you're whispering in his ear. When you asked me to top you, I thought that you would be receptive to that. I thought that you would want that, but I set a boundary and I told you not to be here until this time, and here you are showing up trying to ruin all of the pleasure I have planned for you. What do you think we should do about that? And hold him in that space. This very soft, subtle, non-aggressive, but dominant as fuck energy and space. You picking up what I'm throwing down? Oh yes, I'm seduced. Got you, girl.